Okay, let me see. Apologies for that one. Let me just make sure that everything is connecting. Let's try this one more time and take it from there. Okay. I'm just making sure that everything is working, guys. I think everything is working fine. Please just let me know. The guys on YouTube, please let me know. As well as the people who are joining me now on TikTok. Guys, is the audio fine? Just let me know if the audio is fine. If you can hear me. I want to see if I'm going to jump around still. Yeah, Ralwana. We're not stopping the show today. So let me see if I can just get people to request and we can go from there. Okay. Agent testing over.
over testing.
Okay. I think we're good. I think we're back properly. Let me just get everybody in and then we can go from there. If it dies, I will die with you guys inside. We'll go from there. Okay. Where were we? We were speaking about Mamelodi Sundowns. Mamelodi Sundowns played versus Raja and lost 1-0 in Morocco. That is where we were. And now I wanted to hear from everybody else that wanted to come in. Okay. Agent, tell me about this game. Welcome, my brother. Welcome. I can hear you now.
Shalom, my brother. Shalom. Now we can start correctly now. Yeah, we are back, man. We are back 7 to 9 every day,
Yes.
Monday to Friday.
Monday to Thursday. Hey.
We are back. Thursday, man.
Hey.
Hi, man. I
Don't
miss
get me
Fridays, but
killed.
anyways. No, man. I think people are here, so I don't know. Should we tell Pirates or we should be quiet? I don't know if we should tell them.
What must we tell them?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Them, I won't tell them. But let me still say a second from my time and talk about the switch from Cardozo to Mangoba. I think I haven't had time to react to it, and I think for me it was the right decision. Mangoba had lost the dressing room. Sometimes his team didn't pitch up, so I think it was the right time. And to be fair, he was always used as a sacrificial lamb. I think we need someone who's going to transition us to a more European coach or a more ruthless regime which wants CAF or nothing. So I think he had to be him, so that's unfortunate. Now, onto the game, I think Coach Rulani once said something which is very profound. He said, Klopp told him that in football, you win, lose or draw. And if you want to succeed in football, lose the right matches. I think we lost the right match.
Yes.
And one of the most interesting things about this weekend is all teams which are going to be going to the Club World Cup lost this weekend. And if anything, Ahly has taught us is sometimes you can beat them 5-0 in the group stages and you don't go anywhere and they win the Champions League.
Yeah.
Right? So my question remains, we once went invisible in group stages and then come quarters you're out. So my question is, should we tell Pirates or should we be quiet? Because I see them, they're jumping up and down. But it's okay. I'll move on from that. I think for me, firstly, Lodge, that news was criminal, it was diabolic. Nothing much to say. I just want to talk about one specific moment in my time. That Libuisa in, Matthews out, was the most important decision of this game. For me, that was the Champions League substitution. That was a substitution that, for me, made me believe in Cardoso more, because a normal fan would say, bringing in someone to attack, let's attack this team. No. We beat this team 1-0 and they are leading. So, CAF focus on what is it called? Head-to-head. Right? So, let's maintain it at 1-0. Let's stay in the game. Let's see what can happen. And we stayed in the game, and lo and behold, the team gets red card and we're even and we start attacking. If it was someone who's going to bring in an attacker and we lose the game because we still want to keep playing the Sundowns way. So for me, that was a Champions League substitution,
Okay.
And the most interesting thing is this weekend we are playing Maniema. S5 is playing Raja. Should we beat AS Maniema? Raja either has to win or Raja loses. If Raja loses, we are almost home and dry because head to head we are the same goal difference. We are 4 goals ahead of them. That's why it was important for us to, if we lose by 1-0. So for me, that was a Champions League game, and this season we are having a Champions League start in the group stages. For that, I am happy. Yeah.
Tell me about your play. Do you think that my theory about the egos in the team coming out maybe has something to it, or is it just hogwash?
No. I think it's player power. I think once a baby tastes sugar, he will never eat soft porridge without sugar. He will always want sugar on his porridge, So these players tasted player power. They saw, we can get rid of a coach, man. So they now have an exaggerated self-importance. They feel like we are above every coach that comes in. So it's important that we get Adams this transfer window, and this coach begins to have the kahunas of Mangoba and start benching these guys again. Because now, like I said in the group, there were 2 situations. It's either Mangoba was the problem or the players was the problem. The easiest way to do is let's get rid of Mangoba because either way has been here for a long time, and let's protect the players. Now they're doing the same thing. So now every person will see, no man, the players are the problem. So I think they have player power. They've tasted it, and yeah, we'll get rid of them.
Okay. Kola, welcome to the show. How are you?
But yeah, tell parents, please tell them, before we tell them. Thanks, man. Cheers.
Kola, are you with me?
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Kola, tell me about this 1-0 loss. I can hear you perfectly. Tell me about this 1-0 loss suffered by Mamelodi Sundowns.
Okay, before I get to it, let me start to this little part of egos. Before I get to the score line. The ego, I do not think it's a problem with Sundowns. Yep. I just see when I look at, more especially when I look at Mokwena, I see a player who doesn't want to lose the game. I see a player who fight at all costs to win the game. So now there is this thing we call it a coach, which sometimes we call it a manager. It's entirely up to him how to manage him. Sometimes you do not have to force your way, but you have to influence it in a way. So what I'm trying to say is to show who is the boss to the players who are fighting for the same cause as you. Sometimes it becomes problematic. But you need to feel the players where they are, because if you can remember, Pitso knows the difference in players. He knows the big players. Understand? If you have a big player, you have to manage a big player, and you have to understand a big player. Let me make an example. When Pitso was signing Jali, he said they had to talk to the players so that they understand the character that is coming. You understand? And to this case of this game of Raja, I do not think there is something that we can read a lot on it, because when it comes to Cardoso, we don't know how he is going to react or respond to that. You understand? Because we don't know him yet. You understand? How is he going to deal with the egos of the players? The egos are needed there. We had Jalis who had ego, we had Modises who had egos. We need egos.
So can I ask you? But can I?
What are they? What are they? Yes.
I think there's just a delay there.
Yes,
but I just wanted to ask you. In the examples that you've listed now, for example, Pitso got a chance to bring in his own soldiers, and when Pitso moved on, Coach Mangoba and Coach Rulani got a chance to get rid of some of these big players and bring in their own soldiers. But the difference was that those guys had a lot of time. I mean, Rulani would have thought that he would have had a lot of time. Umangoba would have had a lot of time. Maybe the club would back them fully. Will Cardoso have enough time, number one, to do that thing? And do you think that the players maybe also know that, he's here to do a job and go? How does that factor into all of this?
I think Sundowns management is not that naive.
Okay.
I think there are reasons why they didn't give Coach Mangoba enough time, as per se. We'll say he didn't get enough time because he's been there for a very long time. And remember, he used to submit. You understand? He used to see. He's a coach that was used to submit. You understand? So hence they will take those kind of decisions. When it comes to Cardoso, I don't think they are that naive. We will think Sundowns is gonna do that, but I think he's gonna get enough time.
Okay.
That is my thinking. And secondly, when it comes to the game, to the 1-0, I think the players made a lot of mistakes. I think the players made a lot of mistakes, and then it shows that there is something that you said, that you saw players of Sundowns being scared. There were players like Divine Lunga. Divine Lunga, he had a stage fright. The stage was too big for him. You could see the body language that he had a stage fright. And then some other players, I do not understand. Honestly speaking, I'm still waiting to see how the coach is going to respond to that, because it's a question that he has to respond. This question of playing at the back when you can see that it's not even on. We understand how do you insist doing that? And then going to the red card, the first red card, the red card of who is this guy?
Obas.
My favorite player, Juri. Obas, yes. I think if we can pay attention to that, you will see that Ribeiro, he is the one who made a mistake there, because players took a run. Okay, he hold the ball too much, and then the players took a run, and then up until they were closed down, and then after that he played a negative pass with the player that was surrounded with two players, and then Obas. He didn't scan the player behind, and then when he turns, that's where he made a mistake. But the mistake actually was made by Ribeiro. So we need to see these things. Sundowns makes a lot of mistakes. Sereno made a lot of mistakes in that. I mean, this guy Allende made a lot of mistakes in that game. But now it's a matter of us checking to the coach. Remember, guys, we only lost one game under this coach. Understand? The weeks, the games before this, we were praising this coach. You understand? So now we only lost one game, and probably we're still gonna lose the other games. So we need to give him a chance. But that is the nature of South Africa. South Africa, when there is a slight win, it doesn't matter what kind of a win. People they will overpraise the coach and overpraise the players, and then when the chips are down, then they start to call the coaches and others people names. There's no need to rush anything. Sundowns just lost the game. Okay. And I think Sundowns still stand a very good chance to qualify to the next round. I still believe so. Even though that Coachman. Yes.
No. Finish that point, and then I'm just gonna ask you to wrap it up there.
Finish that point, and then.
Okay. And then as we are in this situation, Coach Mangoba made a big mistake. I know that he was going to get it right. He was going to get it right, but he made a big mistake on that game of Maniema. He made a big mistake with that selection of that starting lineup where the players, the starting lineup that he selected. I understand that the players were tired, whatever, that was his excuse, but he made a mistake there. Thank you very much for the opportunity, my brother.
Thank you so much, Kola. Let me go to the King Soma. The King Soma, welcome to the show. How are you?
Oh, ngiyaphila OT nepanel ngiyaphila bafethu.
Soma ngitshele man, yahamba iSundowns eMorocco one more time bayadliwa. Kuyenzakaleni kule game yeRaja neSundowns?
For mina no coaching ngamfaka kancane. I first 11 yakhe ne beyine error. I first 11 yakhe bene era lapha ku khoza nolibusa. On that capacity, you can't bench Umodiba. You can't.
Yeah. Oh, uthi ukhoza
on that capacity, you
no
can't bench Umodiba.
uthi ukhoza no lunga.
No divine lunga.
Yeah.
No lunga, yes. Yeah, on that usibonele stadium besikanjani for bona. No, you can't take away. They are good players, but right, but awukwazi ukuthi ungabencha uModiba kule ya game leya for ulunga. uModiba iSundowns maya phambili, he become two players. Uyakwazi ukudrop angene esiswini. Uyakwazi futhi ukuthi abe full back hayi phambili. You understand? Uba abadlala bawuthi iSundowns aya offensive. A1 uyakwazi ukuthi aphenduka bomdlalo o2. Modiba. Yeah, I think la ilahleke khona because okay ukhoza ubebonakala ukuthi he's trying but ngendlela sebabafikele ngayo ne bese iblunder yazoba ired card. After ired card it's whereby ngibona umkwena esedropa ku number 6 esebuya from number 8 to number 6. Waqala umkwena waba nepower wadlala. You understand? Waqala kwaba uyena manje owenza lama passes left and right ayuze wonke lama side lawo. But ke lama team makhulu wethu into enginoticile now ama North Africans ayasisaba ene into ayenzayo aqala provoke ureferee qala ureferee waba weak, they used that advantage. Ureferee waba weak uma ukuthi ureferee akakhombisa ukuthi uzoba punisher or umuntu oza kuye maybe asondele ne yellow card, that referee is finished. That's why ureferee ehlulekile kulwamdlalo. Even ne penalty bamtshenile because ngimbonile ngathi ukhuluma ngale mouthpiece but azanga react. Kodwa mabemtshena ngale incident kaMudawu ureact same time. Yeah, ama officials ayidlile Sundowns bese no coach for mina bengeke ngifake ulibusa, bengizofaka umdlalo ofana noThapelo Mrena. Ngiyazi ukuthi umas defender ukhona, mas attacker ukhona, sengishaya 2-in-1 manje.
Mara mina ngifuna ukubuza ngale ndaba kaModiba. Uyamthemba uModiba kule game ngoba ngibone bama-attacker straight. Bani loba yadlala back ulunga bathatha leso space. uModiba siyamazi ukuthi 1-on-1 hey naye unokuhluleka man.
Okay ke asimcoach Modiba okay ngoba bayasifikela stay. Don't go forward. We will wait for the right moment ukuthi sikwazi ukuthi siye phambili. Yabo manje for now because uyazazi mfana ukuthi i-weakest point yakho 1-on-1 bayakushaya and uyakhumbula kwenye igame wazwathola red card, remember? Yeah, let's do simple thing. Stay.
Manje ngitshele ngalento besikhuluma ngayo ngama player man. Abo Mokwena, abo Mudawu, maybe bazizwa baba bakhulu kule game. Uthini ngabo man ngale ndaba yabo ukuthi na Mokwena was trying to do too much. Mudawu maybe is lacking discipline a little bit there. Ama player man ngathi abamuzwa kahle coach. How do you feel about that situation?
For now, Putwama, I can't say much. Ugai, I think on 3 games. Okwamanje angeke ngize ngithi abamuzwa, but into ekhona akekho umdlali omkhulu kune club. Into ebalekile i-discipline. I remember uPitso angisazwa idliwa yini uPitso ethi big names on Sundowns must stay on the bench. Wayikhuluma ngaboteko lapho by that time. Wayikhuluma ngaboteko at big names on Sundowns must stay on the bench. Umayibuya wabuya ngewin ka 5-3. Wabuya yena futhi kwimida wathi I love these boys. So ikhona abadlali kumele vela akekho umdlalo omkhulu kune club. Umdlali maye neblunder kumele disciplineke in the right way, but okwamanje ukuthi mhlawumbe ucoach abamuzwa, I can't say much because ucoach usazifikela and kusayilose yakhe yokuqala by the way. Kusayilose yakhe yokuqala and besibona ukuthi ne-robin game beyikhona lapho ubona ukuthi ama-chance wakhona kuba i-Sundowns like i-penalty babanikile igoli la-Renas balivuma no-Lodge that miss but ngiyamxolela game time.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgive him. Yeah, I forgive him. Yeah, game time.
No, Soma, thank you so much, Soma. Hey, Unyoso, he forgives him. It's not the Nyoso we know, man. The Nyoso we know has pressure.
It's not the Nyoso that they bring, my brother.
No, thank you, Soma. Let me bring it 2025. Oh, the new year. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my brother.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thanks to you, my brother.
I'm good. Happy New Year. Compliments.
Hey, it's gonna be complaints just now. Let me just let everybody know we're going into Chiefs after this. So compliments is going to become complaints. 2025, tell me about this game.
I think the game was I don't know where to even start. But North Africans, they are letting African football down. These people. These people play with fights. Like there's no game that they can play without fighting the referee or fighting anyone.
Yeah.
And the fans, they bring lasers to the field of play. They brighten other players. You see now. But I think the starting lineup of Sundowns wasn't the one. Firstly, you can't play Khoza at such a high game and play Lunga in that game because Khoza is still young, guys. Khoza is still young. And you saw those people who were attacking Khoza all the time. When he held the ball, they were coming for him. You see? And also Divine Lunga. Why not play Mudiba that side? And you'll play Divine Lunga if there's a forced injury or something. You see? And then Mokwena's position is a 6 and not an 8. Check how he played after Bargema. Obas was sent off. And Liana Obas, Williams doesn't trust that guy. You can see. Every time Williams has the ball, he can't pass straight to Mudiba. And Mudiba plays a role that when he gets the ball, he needs to supply the
Obas.
Yeah, I'm saying Obas. Every time when Bargemang Williams has the ball, he doesn't pass Obas because he knows he can't hold the ball. He only passes Bargemang, the defender Khoza, and he was only passing Khoza and Divine Lunga in that game. You can see. And Bargemang, Obas made a blunder there.
Yeah.
By getting that red card. After he got that red card, they were attacking them. Check the save that Williams made. If it wasn't for that save, we were talking a different story.
Can I ask you about the front line? Can I ask you about RMR? This was a different RMR to the one we're used to under Ukosh Mangoba. Can you tell me a little bit about up there up front, man? Ribeiro was losing the ball quite a bit because he was coming deeper. Matthews didn't look quite in the game. I know he's coming back from injury. How did you feel about those the front three?
The front three, I think Matthews was the one that was slowing up the attack. He's coming from an injury, you see, and he's quite slow right now. Renas is also a bit slow, and he was attacking, but I think he was a bit slow. And, but the Moroccan team was giving Sundowns. They were playing like they are scared of Sundowns. They were giving them space, but in the second half, when they saw that these people are one man down there, they started attacking them. And now because they were shaking, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for time, I'm going to jump in. Chiefs, people, please get ready. We're going to go into Chiefs. Thank you so much, 2025. Thank you to the people that are on the panel right now. We're going to go into Chiefs right now. So if you're requesting, please come in for Chiefs. I just want to say two things about Mamelodi Sundowns and that game that we saw versus Raja. Number one, guys, this is North Africa. This is North Africa. This is what North Africans do. This is the game that we've known is played that side. It's going to be physical. It's going to be ref orientated. It's going to be pushing on that side. It's not going to be a straightforward, easy win or easy game. We know this about North Africa. So I think what I'm shocked by a little bit by Sundowns is that a lot of you guys are speaking as though, man, Sundowns is not one of the big dogs of African football. Sundowns is one of the big dogs, the teams that people fear. So I think I was a little bit shocked. Guys, could you please mute when you come in? I was a little bit shocked seeing Sundowns, man, playing like a team that has no experience in this tournament. And the second thing I want to touch on before I let it go is, guys, I think discipline is a very important thing. And this past week, we've been speaking a lot. Tomorrow, we're going to speak a little bit about players and the quality of players. We take for granted the work that the club does in order to make sure that everybody is on song and in line. You can have the best players in the world, you can have the worst players in the world, but if they can all play towards the system, then you'll see something. What's worrying me about this Sundowns team, when I speak about the egos, it's not that Mokwena is not a good player, but you also can't have a situation where Mokwena is taking on so much more and trying to do so much more when he's got his limited skill set in terms of carrying the ball. So you can't have players, man, jumping out of your system. I use the example of Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola, Thierry Henry spoke about Pep Guardiola, and he said that, there was the one game where he came in and he was like, look, man, I'm Thierry Henry. I'm coming to Barcelona. I want to go play with Messi and all those guys. I'm not going to do what the coach wants because at that moment, I feel like I'm the big guy. He went in and he scored. And he said when he came off, Pep Guardiola looked at him and said, hey, sit down. I'm subbing you. He was not happy. Because you need even your stars to be disciplined. And if they're not disciplined, that's where maybe cracks start showing and you see them start passing too much, overpassing because people want to do a little bit more. You see them, the game breaking down, they're being rushed, they're doing all those things. One of the best things about Coach Rulani, and guys, I'm not saying you should come back, I'm not saying that he's Cardoso or whatever. One of the best things about Coach Rulani was that system was, if you are watching it proper, it wasn't a system that was free-flowing. Everybody had their jobs, and everybody shone because they had their jobs. And the moment that players start moving out of their jobs, it becomes an issue. But anyway, guys, let me move into the final game that we're going to cover tonight. Luckily, I was able to get back just in time. Cape Town City played Kaizer Chiefs in Cape Town and won 1-0. It was Mushin Etrigal's first game in as the interim coach and new technical director of Cape Town City. Cape Town City had 8 shots, 2 on target. Kaizer Chiefs had 16 shots, 3 on target. Chiefs had 62% of the possession. They completed 469 passes. But Cape Town City had 38% and completed 295 passes. What's interesting about this game is that when you go into the deeper analytics, there was only one big chance created, and that came from Cape Town City. Chiefs did not create a big chance, a clear out big chance. And 51st minute was when Darwin Gonzalez scored on a counter from a Chiefs throw-in. I'm going to go to Ongama. Ongama, welcome, my brother. Ongama, are you with me? Please don't tell me that you've started again. Vusi, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, OT.
Happy New Year, Uti.
Okay, let me go to Ongama. There might be
Uti.
You can hear me, no? Tell me about the game. I'm gonna just go. We are Vagala Mara. I think there's a delay, so I'm gonna just say go straight in.
I don't know. Okay. Okay. I'll start with the game that we played yesterday. Oti. I think we have series of events that are happening into our team, but I will start with the factors that are making our team to struggle when our team. I think there are various factors that I observe that are making our team to struggle and see itself in these positions. Issue injuries they are contributing a lot into making us sibele teams injuries, and also the issue yama free agent. I saw wish team yethu mayiye kuthenga ama free agent. We rather buy one player with that amount and then we forget than to buy a free agent ezodlala nje 2-3 games and then he will be out because they wanted to just be in the spotlight and then they will be out. So I saw which team yethu ngakuyeka ukuthenga ama free agents and in a situation ye-injuries iyayi-cost i-team. Then kube nenye effect, I think I forgot any factor man endiyilibele. Then ngiye kwi-game lebesidlala Cape Town City. I will start with the positive things and is observed like game when our team, the off-ball movements, they were better in terms of off-ball movement, the rotation of the players. I saw a different Kaizer Chiefs than the Kaizer Chiefs of last season, whereby the players, when the ball is going in front, you see all the players, they are in line, making the team to defend with them. I saw the longevity of the players moving on and off the balls. So I think that's one of the improvement that I saw in the game.
I'm so excited.
But
Sorry,
yes,
yes, I don't know what's
I feel
happening.
like our team, I feel like our team is still lacking someone that will make the team to slow down the tempo. Sibongiseni Mthethwa and Yusuf Mart are quick players into the midfielder, but we still need someone that can play as a player like Kabelo Dlamini that is not quick into the midfielder, but that is great in decision making. That lowers the tempo for the front line. I think our front line is making a lot of effort going up front. There's no one that can hold a ball for 3 seconds that doesn't lose position, return the position easily to the opposition. We are still lacking that element in our front line. I'm missing a lot of opportunities. So when I'm still concerned about
Mina wanna ask
the
you.
way the
Mina wanna
front line
ask.
is.
Mina wanna ask you straight. Who's to blame? Who's to blame? Is it the players?
So-
Is it the coach? What is the breakdown there?
I think I don't know whether it's a player personnel, but the players are losing. I feel like players are losing a lot of ball position when it's either Mthethwa in the midfielder, he wins the ball and he returns the ball to the opposition. He doesn't have 2-3 seconds to think what he does with the ball. If it's not Duba losing the ball in the winger, loses the ball, retains the position. If it's not Dupree, loses the position, returns to someone. If it's not someone in the winger, everyone loses the ball. So there's that element of the players always return the opposition returns the position into the oppositions. So I'm really concerned with the players loses the position easily. We rotate the ball in a right way, but when we reach the front line, it's either the decision making of the player or he loses the position. So it's that element that I see in our team. We lose more of the position.
For
That's my
time's sake.
view in our team.
For
I don't
time's-
want to finish the time for the people.
Thank you,
What is the question?
Gava. No. For time's sake, I'm gonna bring in Vusi because we're on tight time now. Vusi, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good enough, Oti.
Hey, Vusi, man, I feel better, but I feel numb. Tell me about this Cape Town City loss. How do you feel about it?
Greetings to the guys on the panel and also on the comment section. Hey, Oti, it seems like the house that we are, I don't know if the house that we are building, if is the guy who's bringing the bricks is always late, or maybe we don't have someone to build this house because it's taking forever now. But Oti, Mina, I would blame the players. I wouldn't blame the coach. I think there's no hunger in our players. Sometimes you don't have to play good football to win games. You always play like Middendorp will say, you grind the results. If the team was grinding the results, now we were not going to complain. But there's no direction, there's no hunger. It's the same Atazwane team, same Mulifinsegi team. Yes, we can argue that there's a new coach, but I just see the old habits of Mark losing the ball in the middle. It doesn't want to track back. You can see him is jogging back. He's not running the way he's supposed to run. So I think there's no hunger in our team. But OT, let's be patient. Let's build our house.
Before you move on from there, how do you bring hunger into a team? We just spoke about Mamelodi Sundowns and maybe coaches having trouble with certain players and the lieutenants of certain coaches. How do you bring a hunger into Kaizer Chiefs? And do you ask, does Nebi have to do something different as a coach? Maybe not play those players or try them in different places? Should we expect that from him?
Oti, I would say if you watch Mashiane's last game, it shows that he was hungry to play. He was very hungry to play. The Solomons before he got injured, he was hungry to play. So those players who are on the bench, and most unfortunately they are injury prone, most of them, because if you bring on Potsane, he will play 50 minutes and then the next thing is out of the team. Yeah. So the players that I think will take us to the next level are always injured.
Yeah.
Because all right.
Mutang. Please mute, guys. Please mute.
Yeah, OT. So
Sorry.
Yo. Guys, it's not Muvango. I say, please, let's mute, man. We are not watching Muvango. Yeah, OT. So if you look at Mart, he knows that there's no replacement for him. Obviously he's going to play. I'm not blaming him alone. What I'm saying is when they look at the position, they can tell that I am in the starting 11. And then they go and lose the game and say, so what? We'll try again next game. But I'm afraid the boy like Shabalala, the boy is hungry. You can see, but when Cirino was around, you could see the best of Shabalala. But now he's alone. Like he's pulling the load alone. I wouldn't say they must start Mfundo. It's too early to say Mfundo must start. Because my worry here, you'll start with Mfundo 2-3 games and we don't win, and then people will start coming say, why are you starting Mfundo? And you're putting the youngsters under pressure. At the moment, we don't need to put those youngsters under pressure, OT. And I felt the pain when other people were calling him Mobicel. You can't compare Mobicel, but OT. But these are youngsters. We shouldn't do that. We shouldn't call them by names. We should build them. If Chiefs is not doing well, don't point the finger to the youngster. Just say the team is not doing well. Blame the. I will go to the senior players. But OT, agree with me here. Yeah. I don't condone this thing of signing players from Pirates and Sundowns. I don't want those players anymore. 100%. I don't want them.
I agree.
So, I think we should go for a goalkeeper. I think the goalkeeper is the biggest problem in our team. We made a mistake by letting Itumele Nkune go. It was too early for us to say he can retire. I think we should have kept him for one season and then get a replacement, because even now there's no replacement for that guy.
Okay. For time, Vusi, I'm gonna jump in. Hey guys, Mina, I stand weirdly on the signings because remember, just this year, just this season, Ntwari, Miguel, Dudley, Cross, who else have we brought in? We've signed. Blom has come back. We've signed, guys. Sign a footy. And when I say, I don't want signings this year, me personally, I don't want signings this year. I'm saying that they need to sit down and really think. They must really think about these people that they want to bring in, because we can't be. Before abo totla abo msimango abo msimango ditlhokwe ke Potsane Modi, we had Unjabulo Ngobo, I mean abo Castillo have come in. Guys, we've been signing. I'm tired of signing unless they go and sign people that they've sat down and they've thought about. Just give it some thought for a season, and just give it. Anyway, let me go to Wisile. Wisile, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, my brother. I'm good. Tell me about this 1-0 win, man. Yeah, Cape Town City.
Cape Town City awina, and then Kaizer Chiefs nabadlala abancane ku-MDC. Right, bonke laba bahambe baye ku-MDC, silethe laba abakhulu. Baqala i-Kaizer Chiefs fresh. Yeah.
Mara i-team yakho izoyiqala i-Kaizer Chiefs fresh. Inayo leyo mali. Leyo mali uyiqala fresh.
Ayinamali. Ayida baletha ukhumalo.
Okay.
Ku-MDC aye ku-senior coach.
Uthile.
Maybe.
No, ngifuna ukubuza ngoNabi. UNabi umbona kanjani? Mawumbhekile after these games. I mean, in 10 games elikini. Umbona kanjani?
Angiboni too sharp. Mina ngifuna ukhumalo ku-MDC, not uNabi. And then ama-players wonke aye MDC, and then balethe la abantu abakhulu la abadenyana. Yeah. And then Saturday Cape Town City Kaizer Chiefs. Eventually ngithe shy Cape Town City sabu number 4 sabu CAF yabhala number 8 or 7.
Yeah.
Iyo le bengifuna ukuyibuza. And then bengifuna ukubuza into eyi-one, kelubho bathi abhatalile because inyanga ne.
Alanda inyanga, ayinikeza imali.
Yeah, yayikolota. That's why.
Okay. Oh, so angasayini ma-player athathe leyo mali ayisenyangeni once.
Ayisenyangeni ayobhadala inyanga, ishort ibalance. Maybe Kaizer Chiefs izavuka.
Okay.
Maybe singahlala number 1. Thank you.
No, thank you, Wisile. Bongs, tell me about this 1-0. Yeah, Cape Town City. Welcome, my brother.
Now, welcome to OT. Lady Pan Liver to Batem Monocofella. Hello, Luna Cofella.
Wait, what is your
Alright, let's get into the game. Before we get into the game, there's a division between defense that Chiefs fail. Because some of them, Nabi has to go. And some of them say the players have to go. So when it comes to the players have to go. They keep on saying Mamang must stay. For example, Haukare Saile must go. Hababa at least Saile Atamae. Because fan favorite Yabon. But we want change in the team. So how can Nabi get results if Nabi Asahoni some of the players telling defense favorites? Because right now we are not playing very well. We loser, we draw, we win. Sometimes we beat a team winning once a month. How we winning every time like Bob Pirates level Sundowns.
Yeah.
We still have a lot of work coming. We still have a lot of work that has to happen, Go Chiefs. And signing players has to be the main priority. But we can't just sign anyone just because defensively, go sign Devin Titus or go sign our police or sign so and so. We still have a lot of work to do. We can't just go out there and say Retlo sign. Hanabi another into the team. He did say this is a project. Agabanta Zamaile Ankile the offer yana ifile a few weeks ago. But he decided to no, I'm here at Chiefs. I'm here to do a project to try and save Kaizer Chiefs and get Kaizer Chiefs back to where Kaizer Chiefs was.
Yeah.
So fans have to be patient. Bagase batle Chiefs itule win. Yes, yesterday we lost. We are still going to lose a few more games. It's not going to be easy. Aguirre Rome was not built in a day. So we have to be patient as fans. We supported a team. Let the players try who what the coach is trying to tell them how to play. Because at this moment, the coach has a plan. The implementation of the plan is not working. Since Yana Abata Hodala Bolo Route 1, his type of Route 1 football is a type of Route 1 football that plays air football, which the players are not familiar with. There are players like Bo Mfundo Vilakazi who are trying to adapt to the style Yahai. Bo Shabalala are trying to be the heroes of the team, but try hunka responsibility. But yesterday, I Ayeta so much because Lebona Cape Town City were trying to show Mushina Trokalore Lebona, they want to show Lebona Babatova in his team.
Yeah.
Because now, a new coach coming to a new team, the players now start trying to play better. Yes, OT.
Okay. Look, Mina, I just want to ask. Do you have to earn the time as a coach, or are you given the time just for just?
When it comes to time, we have to look at Abu Pitso here at home. Up to Boma 5 seasons before Sundowns became what Sundowns was. Then he had this problem. No, the fans were telling him Pitso must go, but the management did say, no, we have Pitso, we believe in Pitso. Logo, now we have to be like that at Kaizer Chiefs. We believe in Nabi.
Unfair.
We brought Nabi to try and see.
Unfair.
We can't say Nabi must go.
Because Pitso saved them from almost a relegation situation. Then he won the league the following season. Are we saying that Nabi's going to win the league next season?
He's not going to win the league next season. It's going to be a start. At least Rabon or no, he's trying to finish in the top half rather than let us finish in the bottom half. At least 7 or 6 is okay for now. Next season, we try about 5, 4, 3. Then maybe we can start saying we can challenge, depending on what Bobby and his siblings plan with at Kaizer Chiefs. Since they are not willing to sign players, they're worth playing for Kaizer Chiefs.
Are they going to sign those players? That's the other question here. Is management going to open up their wallets again and sign 5 or 6 quality players for Nabi? Will they do it? Are we just dreaming about that?
If Oteva Bobby, I don't think we should believe that they are going to sign players. Because Bobby Orato turned this team into a stingy team. They are not a team that good players. Mostly they buy one, get one free. Or maybe if someone is a free agent, go on Bamureka. So we must not expect quality players unless Retatola 1 or 2 good players from the buy one, get one free. Because the last time Nereta buy one, get one free, we got ourselves a Nongomashe, we got ourselves the smiling assassin Mosona himself.
Yeah. Okay.
So
there's
still a lot of work to be done. But when coming to the management, Skabai Tepisa that management at all. Because Chiefs is well known for being a stingy team. It might buy you a buy one, get one free. And maybe in that buy one, get one free, we might get someone good. But this time, not get it because The last time they tried to buy those type of players, Baretetse bo Chibandare, bo Luis Macha, and they didn't do anything.
Okay. For time, Box. I'm gonna jump in for time, guys. Can I please address some things, man? Can I please address some things, please, guys? In the last few minutes here. We'll start with quality. I saw somebody ask me about the quality comment that I had made. Guys, I don't believe there's inherent quality in players. I don't believe that players come with ready-made quality. And I think that the quality a lot of the time is up to how you play those players. So you look at Sundowns, we just mentioned Abu Tebza, and the way that they seem to be out of the game sometimes now with the new coaching changes. You start to realize that systems are key. Number two, the signing thing, guys, the signing thing. Do you guys realize how many players we've signed over the past few years? How many players we've brought in? I've just mentioned at starting this whole thing, Guti, we brought in Kimang Ntwari. Yes, it was Ntwari, it was Blom, it was Dotley, it was Cross, it was Miguel. We've changed the back line. That's 5 players. On top of Msimango Biditokwe, on top of Abo Potsane, Abo Mtanzane, on top of Abo Modi, on top of Abo Castillo, on top of Abo Ranga. Guys, that is 7, 8, 9, 10, 14. That's a good 12 signings in 2 seasons. I feel like Chiefs needs to figure out what they want to do. Number one, they need to figure out exactly what type of football you want to play and then start from there. Because you cannot tell me that Msimang, who was captain of TS Galaxy, a perennial Bafana player, is bad quality. You can't tell me that Dotley, that we watch every day, Lapagu Bruce, is bad quality. You can't tell me that Kokwe, captain of Botswana, one of the key players at Supersport, is bad quality. You can't tell me that Ranga, who scored 17 goals before coming to Chiefs, the season before he landed at Chiefs, he scored 17 goals. Whether you guys want to believe it or not, he scored it. Whether he's worth it or not, he scored it. Dupreez, Modi, Potter. Think about all these players, what they were in the PSL. And what's happening is that they're coming into a club that doesn't know what they want to do. Guys, you can't let the coach dictate the style of play and the signings. Do you know why? Somebody wanted Msimang. Somebody wanted Ditokwe. Somebody wanted Cross. Somebody wanted all these players. And what ended up happening is now you're sitting with people who are on 3, 4, 5-year contracts that you have to deal with because you can't financially get rid of those guys. Instead of taking a second and saying, what do we want to do here? Do you know why Sundowns win a lot of times with their transfers? It's because they know what they want to do. They understand. What is Chiefs' style of play? I remember asking this question. What is Chiefs' style of play? What is Naby's style of play? What's Kevin Johnson's style of play? What's Ntseki's style of play? What's Stuart Baxter's style of play? What's Zwane's style of play? What's Gavin Hunt's style of play? Does that mean that every coach that comes in must get their own players every single time? And let's face the facts of the situation. The facts of the situation is that Chiefs is not going to sign 8 quality players. You think Chiefs is going to spend, let's say a quality player in the league is 15 million. You're telling me that Chiefs is going to spend 120 million to bring in 8 quality players. So are we not chasing our tails? Are we not chasing our tails, making up these situations? No, guys, you're going to bring in this one, and no, guys, that one, and no, that player, and that coach. And, hey, we've done it for 9 years, guys. We've done it for 9 years. At some point, somebody just needs to take responsibility and say, guys, it Chiefs is so. If it means that we're playing helicopter football, then we sign helicopter football players and we play that helicopter until the wheels fall off. Because this thing that we're doing now, some of you have written off a season. Do you know how long a season is? Some of Chiefs fans have written off the season. Another season. My argument, guys, my argument is very simple. You know, guys, you can go buy bread and you can wish that that bread can be sushi. You can wish that it can be a T-bone steak. You can wish, man, that it can be, hey, the most expensive thing in the world. But at some point you have to realize that, guys, you have to get full. Make the sandwich, eat the sandwich, live your life. I don't want to see Duprees. You're trying to do all of these funny things with Abo Duprees, Abo Ranga, Abo Banbani that we're seeing are failing. One of the problems I have with the Kaizer Chiefs is that over and over and over again, we're seeing the same thing. How many coaches have chosen Mart and put him into the same slot? How many coaches have now come in and taken Duprees and put him on the wing? Now Duprees, fine, you put him on the wing, he's fast. When he gets to the byline, can he cross? No. So are you not wasting a spot there? Look at Usaile. Guys, when you saw Saile on the starting lineup, we all knew. We all, if you're a real Chiefs fan, you knew that Saile coming onto that pitch, he was going to do the same thing. Trap the ball, run up the line, 3-step overs, ignore the passes, run the ball out, fall. Now, for me, it doesn't take rocket science to look back at some of the games. Like, even if Nebi can give himself a weekend and just watch old team games, it doesn't take rocket science to realize that Usaile cannot start. But if you want to get the best out of Saile where he scored, you're bringing him Kari last 15 minutes. When the game is broken down and everybody is going back and forth with each other, that's when you bring him in, because that's when he scores. It's broken down. He doesn't need to think. I know that sounds harsh. That's how you get the best out of that player. Duprees. Do you know how many times, guys, I've watched Duprees and we go into games. There was a pass played by Umdu Shabalala where he played the ball in behind the defense. Duprees ran onto it and I think he beat shot or something. It hit the defender and went out, whatever. In my head, I now look at Nabi and I say, okay, Nabi, we now understand that that man is not Reyners or that man is not whoever. Why don't you do that thing over and over and over again? Why don't you just look for that pass? Duprees, ungaye mover. Stay with the defensive line and wait for the through ball, outrun the defense. Even if we have to play it to you 5 times. We watched the Sundowns game the other day and we saw Reyners get 6 chances. 5 or 6 chances and score 1. Do you know why? Sundowns goes, guys, why am I making Reyners a false 9, a 10, or an 8 when we know what he does? Steve Barker had a quote when they asked him about Ox. And he said about Ox that, guys, when Ox was playing for me, I don't need him to do a million things. I just need him to do the 1 or 2 things that he's good at. And we leave it there. There was a point in that game where Saile and Duprees were the front 2. And we were crossing the ball. Or crossing, cross after cross after cross, getting swallowed up by Cape Town City. Funny for me, the moment Ranga steps onto the pitch, crosses stop. And that's when, I'm done looking at the Chiefs players' weaknesses. We all know them. We know what Marty is by now, guys. We know what Mdu is by now, guys. I told you guys at the beginning of the game when we were watching it together, we've got runners. We don't have a passer. We don't have a brain. Mdu will give you everything he has in his body. But if there's nobody there who can take the responsibility of the first pass, you're not going to get anything. You'll get into the box. You'll get into the box and you'll do all the stuff. You know what's going to happen? The final pass is going to be off. Guys, we know these things. So now I'm challenging Abonebi to say, guys, this idea that people are going to be signed tomorrow and fix the problem is not going to work out. This idea that Chiefs is going to open their wallet in January and go and pay the exorbitant prices for the players. We know what January is. Already Chiefs complains, but we transfer window on J. What furthermore complaining are we going to do? Rather now, Coach Nebi, and months ago I said this in a video. Months ago, you can go to my timeline. Months ago I said, Coach Nebi, all you need to do is just grind results. Your first season should just be about grinding. Figure out how to place these players so that you maximize their strengths and lessen their weaknesses, and just grind, even if it's ugly. Because what's going to happen is you're going to get 2, 3, 4 losses. You're going to lose the wrong games. Agent was speaking about the wrong games. You're going to lose the wrong games. Then the pressure is going to be on you. Another thing that I would caution Coach Nebi with right now is the more you talk bad about these players, the more they're going to throw you under the bus. This is South Africa. You are seeing the quotes from Abum Simang. You will be thrown under the bus. And now it doesn't make sense for you to every day talk about the quality and then ask those players to come out and play for you. Of course the morale is down. Of course they're not there. Of course they're scared. Of course they're all of that stuff. Can we have somebody who's just going to realistically come in and say, guys, I don't need you to be anything else than what you are. We'll replace you when time comes to replace you. But for now, I need you to run for me. I need you to play for me. You see me, just to end off, I don't care about the results. I don't care about the losses. I don't care about all of those. The two things that are really messing with me is, number one, we've seen this before. I've seen that lineup before. I've seen the players in those positions before. In fact, when you look at the games now, we've seen the same type of goal. The thing that's happening to Cross, that was happening to Cross, is happening to Ditlhokwe. At some point, I need my coach and his staff and all of the people that work at Chiefs and even the players to sit down and go, how do we plug that hole? Duba, don't push up. Stay back. Because it was happening to Cross, it's happening to Ditlhokwe. Last year, it was happening the other side to Frosla. We talk about the center of our defense. The two center backs. The same thing that's happening with Miguel jumping out and wanting to go be part of stuff, or them chasing the same ball. There was a counter-attack at Cape Town City where both of them chased one player together. Where have I seen that before? Oh yes, last year when I was watching Ditlhokwe and Msimangu do the same thing. Oh, where have I seen an active defender always jumping out to do something? Caroso. Always leaving Matoo. Guys, those are coaching things. I'm sorry. And Angithi umuntu fired. But I think I'm tired of waiting for next season and waiting for the transfer window and waiting for this. If you put this team, just the last thing I'm going to say, if you put this team in just no games played, you put the names down. There's no way that Chiefs has a team that only has one clean sheet where other teams could even get to the point where they go, let's not concede today. It's not going right. We're not conceding today. Turabo Royal AM. If I gave you Polokwane City's team and I said, guys, you have to coach. You have to coach, and the players that you have is not Chirambada. You have Cole Alexander. You have Lord Kambala. You have all those players that all of you would cry with that team. But you know what Coach Puti Mohave is doing? Puti Mohave is coaching and saying, hi guys, Mina, I may not get any other people here. I may not get any other stars. I may not get any other signings. I need to make do. And maybe the problem with Kaizer Chiefs is that we still think that we are both Sundowns, we are both Pirates. We still think that we are continental what playing Al Ahly. And we're looking for answers that don't exist for where we are right now. Whoever's in right now needs to grind. Then maybe next year, in one window, you sign 2 players that fit. In another window, you sign 2 players that fit. In another window, you sign 2 players that fit. Then you wake up with a full team. But anyway, guys, hey, let me not waste time. I know Ulindo's going to start right now, his show. So let me not waste time. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties. I think I've figured out what's happening here. So let's Join me tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to speak about quality. I want to speak about quality players. What is this thing that we speak about when we say quality players? I want to speak about it. If you want any of my thoughts in full about the matches, about the situations, YouTube, in full, I've got all of my thoughts there. Please support on that side. Please, please, please. And then join me Monday to Thursday if it's your first time here. Monday to Thursday, 7 p.m. We are here live and everybody comes in and speaks, as you've seen over the last 2 hours. It's a very interactive show. It's a place where we get to delve deeper into South African football. It's not a European show. It's not about the English Prem. It's not about La Liga. It's about South Africa and Africa. So that we can also start asking deeper questions about here. And the nice thing is that I'm not a former coach. I'm not a former player. You guys are not former coaches and players, but us as fans, we can have voices, and platforms like this are where you get to do it. They don't do these things called SuperSport. So please, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you then tomorrow, 7 p.m. Bye, everybody.